Aloha! And today's topic is
We are going to be talking about the coronavirus situation that's happening here. Unfortunately, it is spiraling out of control, guys, and it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. Just kind of hide this here. This is so. If you haven't heard the situation here in Hawaii, we are going through a serious surge, and it's due to the Delta variant, unfortunately, and it's
Aloha, Michael.
we're actually rolling back. We're heading in the wrong direction. Basically, we're rolling backwards already. We have been reduced to
50%.
right 50% of the people. We were told that when we get to 70% of the residents here that live on the island that get vaccinated, once it reaches 70%, we will open up and we won't need to require, even showing anything at the airport or anything like that. But it doesn't seem to be going that way. Even right now, I think right now we're in the 60% of the people who are vaccinated. Right now, the vaccination doesn't even prove to be anything significant in the fact that the way it affects tourism, because right now they're looking to basically, with the restaurants, any type of activities, because of the rollback, they're limiting the amount of people that can be together. So
And they're also thinking to close luau's.
right, so luau's is going to get hit, and if you're looking to get married and coming here with a big group of people, that might be an issue for you. So it poses right now, it's not a big deal. Right now, currently, you can still come to Hawaii if you have your vaccine card. You don't need to take a 72-hour test before coming here. Right now, that is all okay, but that can change literally as we're doing this live stream.
And Nelly just said that left Thursday and didn't see any changes because the changes just started at the end of the week. They just started to implement.
Right. So as you can see, things are changing really fast, and it's happening like in real time. And it's really unfortunate. And with luau's, they're just trying to get back to getting people in. They weren't even at 100%. So now you can imagine they're rolling back. So they're cutting back again the amount of people. We were at a couple restaurants, and again they're spacing the tables out the way it was. And just yesterday we had 1,167 new cases. 1,167 new cases. That number is significant because we never even had those numbers in the middle of the pandemic last year. We never saw those numbers. So this Delta variant is like wreaking havoc on Hawaii. They already send for additional help with nurses from the mainland that deals with respiratory, and they're bringing them into the Hawaiian Islands to help out at the different islands. This way they can kind of minimize the amount of people in the hospital and dealing with specifically COVID-related patients. In Kauai, they had 47 cases. On Oahu, they had a whopping 837 cases. In Molokai, it was 6. Maui was 109. And on the Big Island, it's 151 cases. So that's what brought the amount to where we are now at 1,100. And we've been going upward. It hasn't even been leveling off. It's been going up. And it's really crazy for us to see because we were here, obviously, totally last year. And I think we maxed out. I'm not 100% sure about this, but we maxed out at about 500 or so per day cases. And that still was considered high. It was probably even lower than that. But now to see it at 11.
And at that point, things were shutting down. They were shutting everything. Even the beaches, you were not able to even just go lay down on a beach. You could just enter into the water. But if you were laying down, they were issuing citations for you to be laying down on the beach. It's crazy. Parks were closed. We had a few questions.
Okay, let's get in some questions. Remember, if you want to send us a question, hit Q hashtag Q and then ask your question. This way we can find it really fast.
So if you're trying to decide whether you want to cancel this trip or not, we don't want to make the decision for you. We actually did a video this week, how the 10 things how traveling to Hawaii has changed. And again, there is a possibility, nobody knows for sure. The government is trying not to shut down, but again, anything can happen if the cases continue going up. There is a possibility that it will shut down, but again, things the capacity is being limited. Masks again going back even to outside. So today we went to Kaka'ako farmers market, and it is an outdoor farmers market, but there is a requirement right outside the entrance that you do have to wear a mask. So you can you have to be prepared for anything. So if you just want to come and just lay down on the beach and just eat takeout and you don't really care, maybe it's your thing. If you're planning to do activities might shut down, or they might cancel your reservation due to limited capacity. We don't know. So it's really up to you to decide.
Yeah, but just know that when you do come here, there are obviously restrictions in place. And now there seems to be rolling things back. They really don't want to roll back to the point of where we were last year. But at this point, it seems like it's becoming like they don't have any other options. They're trying to say, basically, if you come and you're going to go to a restaurant or you're going to go to the gym or any other places, you might just have to show your card. So now they're finding different ways to say, hey, look, I'm vaccinated. But still, even if you're vaccinated, you can still, the vaccination is not the cure. It just you know, helps you. Exactly. So even people that are vaccinated, they have caught COVID, but pretty much what they're saying is 99, right? 99% of the people that are in the hospital right now in Hawaii, they are not vaccinated. They're unvaccinated.
Or whoever is vaccinated, they did not complete their full
right. They might have gotten one shot.
Yeah, so there's a question right here. If things will get worse by the 27th, if you mean by the 27th of August, so far things have been getting worse, and the numbers just during this week they jumped.
They're continuously going up. So the 3-day daily average over 3 days is 729 cases. Again, guys, that might not, like, coming from the mainland or wherever it is you're coming from, it might not seem like a lot. Here in Hawaii, it's a lot because, like I said before, even when we were smack dab in the middle of the pandemic lockdown, we never saw these numbers. But now with the Delta strain, it's actually even worse, and it's getting even higher. We've never seen 1,100 people infections per day. So it's actually worse. And now people are still allowed to come in. So, you know, it just makes the situation really bad.
Yeah. We are also hoping by 2022 it will change.
So here's what they were saying about that. They had some scientist on the news the other day, and he was talking about he doesn't really see things getting any better. We're living in like kind of like the COVID era, and he sees it like a 3-year span. Now that's scary, and that's, you know, he's looking at it in that way, and he gave his reasons why. I saw it. It seemed reasonable to me, even though it's something that I really don't want to foresee happening. But it seemed like a reasonable guesstimate that COVID is going to be here for a while, and it's something that we're going to have to learn how to deal with. And either we all get vaccinated, or some people don't believe in the vaccination, and it's just a lot of back and forth. So I don't know if that makes things any better or just worse.
No nightlife.
Yes, clubs, bars. Right now, they're looking to roll those back as well. They're still open, but clubs was never really even a thing pre-COVID here in Hawaii, believe it or not.
In Chinatown, there was
Chinatown, there are clubs. I'm not saying it does not exist in Hawaii, but it's there. You can count clubs, nightclubs with one hand. That's how many little of them, and it's only a few. So it was never really a place where, oh, let's go club and let's go hang out at night. There's some local bars and stuff. That's fine, but no like hardcore nightclubs. There's only a few.
Moving to the island, is it going to affect that? don't really see. You can still find if you're buying or renting, there is plenty of places.
So yeah, Stevens mentioned the fact that 90% or more are unvaccinated. People need to get vaccinated. Again, you know, that sounds like it makes so much sense, but on the other hand, you have people who are just not into vaccinations. They don't believe in it for whatever reasons, and it's right now it's a personal choice. But there are, like right now, Hawaii I think is the first state that actually mandated that first responders get vaccinated, or they have to be tested every week, one out of two, something of that nature. But you know, again, it's a really touchy situation because some people don't believe in it. They don't want, you know, to be vaccinated, especially since it's not FDA approved. But I did hear that supposedly either this week or next week they're going to make an announcement that it is FDA approved. So will that change things? Hopefully it does, and we'll see.
Right now they're not shutting down, but you never know.
Yes, everything is pretty much still open. Nothing has shut down due to COVID. But of course, if anything does shut down, we will come on here live, or we will come on Instagram. We normally go on Instagram, and we let you guys know. We keep you updated. So be sure to follow us on Instagram if you haven't done that already. And you know, we keep you really updated with that as well. So let's look into any other questions and see if you guys have anything you're asking in the comments. So Byron asked, did you say there were restrictions on the beaches? Not as yet.
Not right now, but they were when we had a full shutdown. They were restrictions on the beach when you were not allowed to lay down on the beach, on sand area or any parks at all. You would also had to be going straight into the water if you're surfing or swimming, but nobody was allowed to lay down. But that was last year when we had a complete shutdown. Pearl Harbor is open right now. Everything right now is open. It's just the capacity is limited.
Yes, everything, right. And they rolled it back. So yes, like Iryna said, everything is open. Now they're just reducing the amount of people that can come together. So that makes it, you know, just a little bit harder. What the officials here are saying is that we need to do more. So they feel like this rollback that we just did with the amount of people that can gather together, they're saying that's not enough. So more has to be done. And the more would be, obviously, again, either going back to the 72-hour test before getting here, or when you get here, take a 72-hour test, even if you had taken a 72-hour test before, or even if you're vaccinated, because they're saying at least 10% of non-vaccinated people are slipping through.
Oh, they actually caught two
individuals was caught last week
with fake cards. And what they press in charge?
Well,
what is it?
It's one or two things. I think it's a $5,000 charge, or it's up to a year in jail. But yes, two people were caught with fake vaccination cards. So this was one of the things that they were really adamant about, and they were afraid would happen once they open travel to Hawaii. Like, people want to get here so badly that they would actually fake a vaccination card, and it has come to pass. How many has slipped through? Who knows? But one was caught. So it does exist, and it does happen. So it's not far-fetched, like to be like, who in their right minds would get a fake card? It happens, and it did happen. Definitely follow us on Instagram at Just Be Out, where you'll probably get the news there before we actually go live here on YouTube.
Steven is asking, is Waikiki busy? Very busy right now.
It is busy.
It's as crowded as pre-COVID, I think.
Definitely.
Jack is asking, I have seafood brunch reserved at Four Seasons. Are they still operating? Yes. All the businesses are pretty much.
Yes.
If they're once they have reopened after COVID, they are all still open. Oh my gosh.
Yes, they're all open. Actually, the two major tips if you are coming to Hawaii that I really feel adamant that you should really abide by. One is the social distancing whenever you can. That's fine. And also wear a mask. Like, that, it helps, Also, what they were saying is it's not the travelers so much so that the infection is really being caused by, because they're saying like travelers that come to Hawaii, they come here, they go to their regular tourist spots, and then they fly back home. The problem is sometimes when residents who live in Hawaii, they go to the mainland. So they go to California, they go to Vegas, they go to San Francisco, they go to these different places,
they return.
and they return, and then they return back to their families and their friends, and then they get together on the beach, and then they have, you know, big gatherings. And that's really the source of how this thing has, you know, really gotten to where it is. So, you know, it's a combination of both, obviously, but that is what they're looking at as being as one of the major things.
Iryna is asking if the plane tickets will get cheaper because of restrictions. I don't think so. When we were completely locked down, hotels and plane tickets were super low. That's why people who bought in advance, they bought last year, now they all come in. And obviously pre-COVID it was a lot of Japanese tourism, but right now it's the same amount of tourists, but it's all American tourists. Canadians cannot come, Australians cannot come, and Japanese cannot come. So all the tourists pretty much coming from the mainland. But right now the tickets are really high price. The hotel said they will not offer this low price anymore either. Pearl Harbor, Lisa, what's the best time of the day to visit Pearl Harbor? Least crowded. I think Pearl Harbor is the most popular attraction. I don't think it's ever less crowded.
And we're sorry to be kind of, you know, bearer of bad news. This is not typically the way we would like to have our, you know, our live video, but we do feel it's important to inform you guys, because we know a lot of you are coming here within weeks or a couple months, and weddings are planned and everything else. And, you know, by you guys always tuning into our channel, we really feel that you should know this information as soon as possible so you can plan accordingly.
What are the predictions on luau staying open in the next 10 days? We cannot predict, but right now they're discussing to cut down luau's because again they do not want big gatherings.
They don't want a cluster of people together. That is probably the worst thing that can happen. So if they can control that, that's what they'll do. And that's why nightclubs and gyms and concerts and going to the beach where there's a lot of people and there's barbecues. And now I think Labor Day is coming soon, right?
Yeah.
Labor Day is coming up. So by Labor Day, they know that they, meaning here in Hawaii, that there's going to be an influx of people coming in here for Labor Day. So don't be surprised if they really make it difficult for you to do that. And most of the changes will be implemented before then, because they don't want to wait till after, because the influx of people that's going to be coming in could make things really worse. So I think whatever they're going to put in place, they're going to expect it before Labor Day. That's just my take on it.
So Tony is asking, with restaurants so limited, is DoorDash or delivery a good option? Is takeout easy, or it's really slow too? I think takeout is slow too. Any deliveries really, even pre-COVID, take pretty long.
It takes a while,
here in Honolulu. But there are a lot of options that serve really quick plates, like in Konos you can get a plate of rice and a kalua pig, which is already made. They just plate it for you. So if you're looking for quick bites, there are a lot of options still as well.
So Fred is asking, how is the rental car situation? Has it changed? And are restaurants at 50%?
Restaurants are at 50%, and the car rental situation is still
has not changed.
The same.
It's still the same.
And but a lot of people finding better deals on Turo.
On Turo,
TURO, right? Turo.com. At least the cars, they're still over $100 for a day for rental, but at least there are more options than regular corporate car rental companies.
Kenneth is asking, do you have to wear a mask on the beach?
No, no mask on the beach.
Not as now. So a lot of times things are recommended. They're not enforced. So it's up to you whether you want to wear a mask or not. Just like we said, we were at the farmers market just this morning. 2 weeks ago, I was there. The sign stated that masks are recommended. Today, 2 weeks later, beyond this point, you should wear a mask. That's what the sign. Yes, yeah. It's required to wear a mask. So really, that's how fast things are really ramping up here. So definitely got to keep your ear to the street with what's going on, especially if you're looking to visit here within a couple weeks, a month, couple months from now.
How are things looking in October? If you were referring weather-wise, on the Big Island, there have like two distinct sides of the island. Hilo side, which is super rainy and wet all the time, no matter of what season, and Kona side is drier. So if you're staying in Kona, it should be good. If you're staying in Hilo, always expect rain.
So Vicky asks, when making reservations online, email addresses are used. Do you think businesses may email us if activities are canceled, or will it more likely be our responsibility to keep checking? I think the latter. You have to be on point and you have to be the one checking.
Usually all companies contact clients when there are any changes with your reservations. But the thing with your email is that you never know when you're actually going to receive, because all these email providers have a funny way of sorting your emails, so you might miss it. So I would just call the company to verify that they still have your reservation.
They're asking, we have reserved the luau and other activities. If things get restricted, will we get repaid? Will we get our money back?
We hope so.
We definitely hope so. But here's the thing, guys. If you're coming here in a short period of time and you've already in a situation like this where you book luau's, you booked activities, before you go booking these things, or I would suggest right now, you call these places back and say, hey, I realize things are, COVID is going really south in Hawaii. I had booked with your company. If I have to, by the time I get there, if things are on lockdown or I have to cancel, can I get my money back? That's what I would recommend you do.
Yeah, because again, every time all the refunds is really dependent on the company.
On the company, exactly.
And some companies, even some hotels wouldn't refund. So it's funny.
Yeah, we had issues. We had booked Airbnbs for a month, and they made us jump through so many hoops to get our money back. So, I think it's just a part of, the whole thing.
Robbie is asking how to get our shirts. Love you guys. And Quantum answered. Thank you so much. Link in the description. And there is also like a banner under the video with some of our shirts. But if you click more options, it will take you to our shop.
Right.
Do you think it will be better in February? With all these variants, we were hoping that, by the end of this year, things would be already better. And we are planning still at the end of October to start traveling. But with this Delta variant that again affects the entire world, we can't really make any predictions.
But one thing we can say right now is it's getting worse. Again, if you just in Hawaii at least. Again, if you're just joining us, I told you the count has gone up to over 1,100 new cases. That has been an all-time high. That's way above our all-time high, even smack dab in the middle of the pandemic last year. So we're in a way worse situation because we still have people coming in, thousands of people coming in daily, and we're this high as far as new COVID cases. So yeah, it's not looking good.
All them one tanker said Marriott timeshare in deal to return. They extended the expiration date after I paid it off, and they would not return the funds. Neither did Hawaiian Airline. Ouch.
Wow. Yeah, guys, if you are planning on coming here still, regardless, just really be diligent in what you do, because you don't want to be on the other end where you're not getting your money back from hotels, airlines, activities, whatever you're doing. That could be a disaster. This is supposed to be a dream vacation, and right now things are definitely not looking good. So at the end of the day, it's your responsibility, and it's ultimately your decision whether you come or not.
And another thing that I don't like when you're trying to cancel a trip from an airline, they're like, okay, we give you the credit, but in order to rebook a new date, they sometimes charge $200 per person just to rebook. So sometimes it's even more expensive than your flight.
Hotels and restaurants testing employees for COVID. I'm not 100% sure how they're going about it, because each establishment does things a little bit different. But as far as I know, first responders, they are now mandated to, to take a test every other day or so, or they have to be vaccinated. I guess the returns, I see a lot of you guys talking about returns and refunds. And it's definitely something to be concerned about and start looking into, especially if you already had your trip plan here, or you already have things in motion where you already made purchases. I would definitely call these companies up, and because it's not like they don't know what's going on. There's a lot of concern on the spike here and the rollbacks that's going to happen. Businesses are just as worried as you guys, so that says a lot.
Melanie is asking about tickets to Blue Note. Do you know how the restrictions impact live music and shows? The Blue Note is enclosed, so right now it's 50% capacity to all indoor activities. So it's just at the moment they operate at 50% and they social distance. So hopefully in October maybe it will get better, or maybe it will stay the same, but hopefully it's not going to get worse. But if you do get to go to Blue Note, it's fun.
Yeah, it's really nice there. It's a really nice establishment, but it's kind of like a bar/lounge. So again, like as Iryna said, it's enclosed, so that's not really a good thing right now. And the bars, the gyms, the nightclubs, and the restaurants usually are the ones that get hit, because of course it all trickles down to them. What do you want me to?
I have vacation books next week. Will definitely be coming regardless of COVID. Any significant changes expect for next week? Well, so far
D seems committed to come, and that's fine. There's a lot of people they're getting ready to board.
Right now, nobody is requesting the vaccine cards to eat indoors.
Didn't we have a user one of our viewers yesterday stated that she had to show
at the hotel when she checked in, they requested the vaccine cards, but not in restaurants.
Yeah, not in restaurants. So the way it was working with restaurants is initially what they said, what they told the business owners is, if you want to operate your restaurant at 100%, you have to put someone at the front of the restaurant and ask every patron coming into the restaurant for a vaccine cards. Business owners are like, are you crazy? Like, yeah, we want to open 100%, but that shouldn't be our responsibility to mandate that. And think about that, right? Every restaurant you go to, they're asking you, can I see your vaccine card? Can I see your vaccine card? It just doesn't sound correct. It doesn't make much sense. So for business owners, they were just like, well, I'll rather just stay at 70% or 60%, whatever it was, and not ask everyone walking through my door, do you have a vaccine card? It just seems like evasive in this point in time. And not only that, it slows everything down. You're taking away one of your staff to check, and it's still a choice. Absolutely.
So it's not mandatory for vaccine.
Absolutely.
So Kevin is asking, do you need to do anything for travel other filling out the 24-hour health check on the Safe Travel site? Well, you need to also upload your card, and obviously create the profile and enter details on your card.
So it's two things, right? It's either or. So either you are vaccinated and you have your vaccine card, in which case you will upload that vaccine card to the Safe Travel program. If you don't have a vaccine card, then that means you must be vaccinated 72 hours before coming to Hawaii. And that, once you get that test saying, the result saying you are, whatever the situation is, you're clear to fly, then you need to upload that within the 72 hours to the Safe Travel program. So regardless, you have to be registered on the Safe Travel program.
Yeah.
There's no other way to do this. Otherwise, when you get here, if you had no idea, I didn't know I have my 72-hour test. I didn't know I was supposed to upload something to a website. No, that is 100% you must do. Otherwise, you're going to have to be quarantined.
Yeah, we don't know the plans for mooses on Lure Street. As far as for you all guys concerned about your trip, right? So again, everybody I think have different expectations of your vacation. If you want to have a complete full experience, to do different activities, luau's and stuff like that, and you already booked everything, if you're okay with the possibility of them canceling it, then yes.
By all means, yeah.
If you want to have 100% the full experience of coming to Hawaii, and you want to do all the shows and stuff, then maybe it's better to do it another time. And again, the times, there's a sensitive times right now, so you really need to kind of expect that anything can happen, anything can close, anything can get canceled. So don't take it like too close to your heart if it does,
because we all want to travel.
At the end of the day, you're coming to Hawaii. There's
enjoy
beautiful beaches. The weather is fantastic. So if you primarily come with this mentality and come like, okay, I'm coming to Hawaii, coming to relax, enjoy, and whatever happens. If you're okay with this idea, by all means. If you know that you're going to be too upset or too sensitive on things closing down or canceling your reservations, then it's better to,
or mask mandates.
it's better to, if you're not comfortable wearing masks, then definitely you should not come at this point, because anywhere in stores, we see some people even arguing, coming in store without the mask, and employees trying to offer them a mask, and they're arguing about that. And
so, I mean, coming from the state health director, she specifically said, stay home. This is not the time to be traveling. That's coming from the state director. It's just, this Delta variant is supposedly worse than just the regular COVID, and we don't know to what point or whatever it is, but we see that it's affecting us here and now. So,
and Jess is asking, is there a talk of a complete lockdown? They're trying to avoid it as much as possible. That's why right now they roll back to 50%, but there's no talk. They really don't want to lock down. But again, we just never know, because right now the hospitals are maxed.
Yes, exactly. The hospital are maxed, and people, even the responders, they're getting fatigued, and they have to bring people in from the mainland to help out. They're setting up triages. So we're almost going back to the way we were in like March, April. But now it's worse. Just look at it that way, right? Like, don't measure it based on, Hawaii did open back up. And I know a lot of my friends that flew there and they just came back and they had a wonderful time. That's not the real reality of it, because we're still living with COVID, and now another variant. And now it's even worse than what it was a year ago, even though we still technically are open.
Quantum is saying that there is no complete lockdown in America ever. Hawaii is a little bit different because it's an island and resources are so limited, and again the hospitals are completely filled. So Hawaii is on a different rules right now. If they decide to lock down, I'm not gonna be surprised.
It would not be surprising. Kangaroo Aussie says, what do you guys recommend? Should I cancel my trip in October and reschedule it for next year?
We don't know.
Again,
we ourselves want to start traveling at the end of October, and we're still it's 2.5 months till we have to leave, and we don't know if we're gonna have to extend our lease here and stay here for another 6 months until things are clear a little bit and get easier in the world, or we're still gonna go. So we'll see when it gets closer. Again, we cannot really recommend you to reschedule. It's really up to you. So
yeah, at the end of the day, it's really your call.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the super chat.
Hope to see you there. Gonna be there in October and November. I did a card upload for my shots. Did the last night. Wow, you are really preparing. The last night, my main info I did on the computer. Well, as far as we know, we cannot go there because it's for military. And the access is limited, but I don't know if we never even like walked through the property of Kaka'ako.
But we will look into that. So that's something that we'll definitely look into. Thank you so much.
How do I know if my vaccination has been accepted for a quarantine exemption? You will only know that when you walk through the gate here.
Yeah.
They don't mark you as approved or checked, because they do manually check records for every single traveler for the vaccine records. That's why you need to put even your vaccine lot number.
Right.
And you do have to complete the health questionnaire, and after you either they will tell you some airlines participate in the pre-check program. So when you check in, they give you a wristband that all your information checks out, and once you land, you can just go straight to the luggage.
The luggage are out the airport, so you don't have to deal with the long lines, because there are long lines.
But there is no such thing as a pre-approved through online profile. You cannot see that.
What if you have a card but can't upload it? Why wouldn't you be able to upload it, Joe? Let us know if you're having a situation where it's not accepting it, or you tried and it didn't. Let us know what that situation is. You can upload the card from your phone. Okay. Stevens is asking, is there still fireworks at the Hilton Hawaiian Village on Fridays? That's been canceled since last year. There is no way of knowing. Well, they're not looking to bring that back. They're saying nothing about it. They're not saying whether it's coming back or what the situation is. We've reached out to Hilton Hawaiian Village, and they're like, we have no idea. So it's not Hilton Hawaiian Village call. They're not the one that says, you know what, let's start doing fireworks again. It's not their call.
They have to get a permit.
It has to be approved,
because it really brings up so many people to watch those fireworks. So they really want to avoid all the gatherings. Wow, we have over 200 people in the room right now. Thank you so much. And be sure to click like if you find any of this information valuable to you.
So Kangaroo Aussie, what about locals who hate tourists?
I think it's honestly, I feel like this is more online than in person.
Yeah, I think that's kind of safe to say. So again, this is a very touchy situation, I think, and it goes both ways. I know there's a lot of hate online, that I know for sure. But here it's kind of a different situation. But again, we always tell you guys, as visitors coming to Hawaii, when you come to Hawaii, don't be entitled. Like, don't expect aloha. You should come with aloha, and you're going to get aloha. You know, and don't, when a lot of times we throw this word around like disrespect, and some people use they take that word disrespect in different ways. Disrespect means different things to different people, right? But I mean, we saw actually, I mean, I found it disrespectful, and I'm not Hawaiian. I just live here. I'm a resident. But we saw, and it, before I say what it is, it goes both ways. It could be some people really just don't care, right? They just don't care. They come here, they do what they want to do, whether it's considered disrespectful or not. They really don't care, and they go home, right? So I think these are the people that it's really being singled out and that needs to understand. And then there's, I think, a larger amount of people that they just don't know. So the ignorance of not understanding or not taking the time to learn or understand before coming here, right? It's a culture. It is a part of America, but it's a state. But at the same time, the culture is different, right? So you should understand what you're coming into. You should take the time, the same amount of time you research into, oh, what is there to do? Oh, go to Polynesian Culture Center. Oh, go to Pearl Harbor. Oh, go here. And you take that time to research a little bit also about the Hawaiian culture and understand how they feel and their beliefs about their land. And it would make a little bit more of a difference when you come here to understand a little bit more about the culture. And I think that helps, and it goes a long way. Iryna and I, we were filming just the other day, and we were in Waikiki and
by Duke statue.
By the Duke statue.
And you know the famous Duke statue when he has
open.
The arms out, and people as a donation they put lace fresh flower lace on his arms, and that is considered also like a donation is something sacred to do when you put lace on. Even like there are sacred stones, right? The statues, and it is disrespectful to take the lace off of it just for your personal use.
It's disrespectful to stand on a statue,
right?
And that's the thing. Hawaiians take that seriously. Maybe in another state where you come from, there's a gazillion statues, and who cares, right? Pigeons fly on the statue, shit on the statue. Who care about the statues, right? No, here it's different, and that's what I'm trying to say, is to understand the differences between where you are coming from and what you're used to seeing and doing, and coming to, it's like going from leaving your apartment that you might treat in a certain way, and you go to somebody else's apartment and do the same. It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah. Or when you also come to the cemetery, right? You see some flowers and donations on the tombs, and you just take those flowers. It's also considered weird and disrespectful.
Really,
so we saw a guy climbing Duke's statue, and he was taking the lace off of it. So those are fresh flower lace, but they're a little bit wilted. So first of all, you don't want to be wearing a lei after somebody else. That's not sanitary.
And that's not the way it's done. A lei is supposed to be given to you and put around you, and it has a meaning.
Right. And it was a little bit wilted already. So he took a bunch of lace off Duke's hands, put it on
a couple of the girls
ladies.
He was with.
There was one that was completely wilted. He just threw it on the floor.
He didn't even put it back. He just threw it on the floor. And again, this is Waikiki, smack dab in the center. Duke statue. For those of you who's been here, And he just climbed the statue, grabbed the lace from the arm, and just put it on himself, put it on the 2 or 3 girls. And these are adults. These weren't kids, okay? So that's the first time I witnessed anything like that. And Iryna and I kind of just stopped. And I had my phone out and I was going to video it, but I was just, I just prefer kind of like not to. But yes, it did happen, and it's kind of sad, And these are the things that make the locals actually angry at visitors, because they don't understand. There was a big protest because I'm not sure if you guys know, another thing that's been happening here is that tourists are coming here. They're touching the turtles. They're messing with the wildlife. The monk seals, they're bothering them to the point where they try to touch them. They try to ride them. They try to hug them to take selfies with. There was a massive protest, right? Where Laniakea Beach. All the locals were out there. They were out there. They blocked the area where you would normally exit off the side of the road to then cross the road to go see the turtles. They blocked that all off. They did that because they were trying to educate people. They want tourists to stop and listen and educate them. So they weren't out there to say, go home. What are you doing here? We don't want you on our lands. Leave our turtles. And it wasn't like that. They were out there to educate people. And that's why I'm saying that's a part of the bigger picture. It's about educating yourself. Don't wait for you to get somewhere to be educated, because you might end up doing something that you don't want to do, and you didn't do it, purposely. You just did not know.
And a lot of tourists also stepping on rocks where the corals grow, and it really damages the reef.
And with corals, it takes years and years and years to grow. So you step on a few corals, you're damaging, decades of just building of the corals.
Best shave ice. Island Vintage Shave Ice that is located in Waikiki at Royal Hawaiian Center.
That's our favorite.
That is, Devon is.
And we just passed there the other night, and Iryna, we mentioned this in yesterday's live video. There was 106 people online waiting to get shave ice in the middle of Waikiki at 9 p.m. at night. 106 people online.
Wow, and we have 250 people here in the room. Thank you so much for joining. And if you have any questions, just hashtag Q in front so it's easier for us to see what are the questions. And if you find value in this video, don't forget to click like.
So Kim is asking, where's the best place to buy leis that have good variety?
Well, there are so many actually different leis, and the range in price
differs widely.
Yeah, there are lei stores that just sell all different types of leis, and you can find them in Chinatown. And
a great place with varieties also, besides Chinatown, is the airport.
Right at what is it? Second terminal, Terminal 2.
I think it's Terminal 2, but I'm not 100% sure. So if you are looking to buy leis, once you get to the airport, just ask one of the attendant in the airport, "Hey, I'm looking to buy leis. Where can I find the lei stands?" And they're like right next to each other, and there's so many different varieties, so many different scents, and made out of so many different things.
Martha Olivia, thank you so much for being our member.
Thank you so much.
She says, love you guys. I learned so much from you, first time user, but definitely not the last. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your support. And also for our members, we have members only, what is it called?
Perks. So yes, when you become a member, you're not just also supporting the channel, but we're also giving back and supporting the cause. Right. So as a member in the community tab, we create polls. So we ask you guys like, okay, we're looking to make these type of vlogs. Which do you think we should make? And you vote and you make the decision and you decide ultimately which vlogs we're going to create. So that's a part of us giving back to you. And we thank you so much for becoming a member.
That's a great question. So what are the top tips to get aloha vibes from locals in Hawaii? Well, I think number one is really wearing a mask. It's very important. Pretty much, I think all the locals are on masks, and when you go indoors, definitely wear a mask, and just don't have this. What is it? I keep forgetting the word. Entitlement of having aloha. Just be friendly. Definitely ask questions. Anybody I ask questions, they are just happy to answer. And we spoke to so many locals, and nobody really gave us attitude or said anything or go back home or anything like that. And we have heard so many stories of other people traveling, and we had few guests in our lives, and they shared incredible stories of locals being so welcoming and so friendly. So I think if you are just have generally good intentions, and if you're not sure of anything you should go or should not go, ask, is it okay? Do you think it's okay? Do you think it's safe to go this way? And they will definitely answer you.
In the 3 years of being here, I don't think I've ever been in a situation where I felt, not even for a second, that they didn't want to answer my question if I asked a local something, or not even anything remotely close. Because it's not in my mind. I'm not thinking, oh, locals can be whatever. When you come with that you're already coming up with defensive. You're already coming around with a shield around you, and you really put that out there. So you really have to come open. It's Hawaii,
Oh, damn, Tinker, thank you so much for becoming a member. Can we get some confetti there?
Oh, we getting ready to party. See, if y'all guys wasn't on yesterday's vlog, right?
Yeah.
So whenever, we get like a member, then it just goes pooch, 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 pooch. Confetti. Thank you for becoming a member. It's so awesome. Thank you.
We really appreciate your support, guys.
Tammy says, where is the best place to buy Hawaiian shirts?
Let us show you something. Bam! This is right below the video. You will have a shop bar with some of the varieties of our custom aloha shirts that you will not find anywhere in Hawaii, and
right.
you can find so many different varieties. You can see that I'm wearing a tank that is how is this called? The edges is just
like with stitching.
Yeah, the stitch, it's so comfortable, so soft, and you can do matching for men, women, babies.
Oh yeah, dogs. We have everything.
Yeah,
we have it all covered.
Where is our eco bag?
Yeah, we have bags and coffee cups. We have all that. But in all honesty, other places that you can go to is Aloha Swap Meet. We always recommend Aloha Swap Meet. That's for sure.
But I don't like the quality of the shirts. A lot of cheap shirts are really hard. Here you go. Bam.
So bags. Yeah, we have it all.
So visit our shop, guys.
And if you're in Waikiki, then you can go to
ABC
Duke's Lane.
stores.
So in the chain of order of how we would do it, best and cheapest. Number one, Aloha Swap Meet. But Aloha Swap Meet is on the exterior of the football stadium, which means it gets slammed. And right now they're scaling back big time. I would not be surprised if by next week Aloha Swap Meet will not be in existence. They will shut it down. People that go there in a parking lot that come together, it's a cluster. That's not good. And everyone is in a confined space. So that may go, but that is the number one place we would go to buy, and you get it for really cheap as well as a lot of other things. From there, it would be Duke's Lane.
Yeah, but honestly, we never bought t-shirts from Swap Meet because I'd never really seen nice designs. And
well, the designs pattern, that's based on
the quality of the shirts,
what people like, but they do have a wide variety.
Coral jewelry is okay.
If you're not vaccinated, yes. If you are not vaccinated, if you do not have a vaccination card, you need to be tested 72 hours before coming here. Our first flight is at 9:45, and then the flight into Hawaii is at 11:45.
You need to count from the flight that is going directly to Hawaii. So if you have a layover, that means where your layover is from, that is where you count. So for example, if you come in from New York to LA and LA to Hawaii, you need to count 72 hours from LA to Hawaii.
And again, when you're getting doing, that's only for the 72 hours. That's if you just tested. Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we missed that question.
Luau's and activities.
So right now, indoor activities are 50% capacity, but outdoors still, I think they're 100%, right?
Outdoors. I think they're running about
75% or but I know dolphin. The boat ride that we saw for dolphins, they were at 100%.
They were 100%.
Yeah. So the outdoors are not limited, indoors are limited.
Neil says Swap Meet has great prices, but I agree the quality items can be an issue. Yes, on certain things definitely can.
Is Safe Travel website taking digital vaccine card for quarantine exemption? I lost my card, and it's way easier to just use a state's digital card. I actually never heard anything of digital
they
cards.
wanted, so initially when they came with when they were doing the vaccine cards, they wanted it to be digital. They actually wanted to create an app because they thought that would foolproof a lot of the issues they would have with people trying to fake a vaccine card, a physical piece of paper. But I don't know if talks fell through and it just never happened. So I've never heard of anything digital for a digital vaccine card. If any of you guys heard of anything like that, definitely leave a comment and let Eric know about that, because I haven't heard anything about that.
Felicia is asking, who checks for test results before the flight? Like, how does that work? They have a team. The state of Hawaii has a team who checks manually every single test result and every single vaccine for validity. So and sometimes they do catch people, but yeah, it is a manual process.
Yes, it is manual, and that's why it's so slow also.
Martha Olivia is asking suggestion for birthday celebration for 24-year-old autistic daughter. Well, what do you like to eat? We really enjoyed hokus.
Right. So celebration for food also, and then for activities. Kind of. Let's circle back on this question. Let us know, Martha. Is it like for activities, or are you talking about dining?
Yeah. I'm already like.
Yeah, you're right. I think you're hungry. That's what. Yeah. Let us know for sure. What are you referring to? Is it like more food or activities? And if it's activities, let us know. Is your child very active or just kind of semi? We have a few things that could be really cool.
I think dolphin encounter is
dolphin
awesome.
Encounter is so awesome.
We really liked the dolphin quest, and they have different options. Martha says both. So for dolphin encounter, you can be even on the dock, so you do not have to go inside the water, and they will tell you a lot of cool facts about the dolphin, and the dolphin will do different tricks, and you can actually like do different things to be a trainer for the dolphin yourself.
Yeah, that's a really great experience.
Yeah, the shark cage dive was awesome, but I don't know if it's too much.
If it might be too much, but it is really safe, and it's an awesome experience as well, for sure.
I don't know, horseback riding, I'm not really familiar with the conditions. So
okay, she says both.
Yeah, so I'm not really sure what are acceptable things to do or not.
Okay, so she says both. Let's get into the dining. So as far as food.
Yeah, I think Signature Steakhouse was good.
Signature Steakhouse very good. That's inside the Ala Moana on the top deck of the Ala Moana Hotel.
Yeah, we love Hokus restaurant, and you can see a full review. Merriman's restaurant is fantastic. Is more upscale also. And if you're looking for something more casual, we love Hula Grill. The food is great. The vibe is awesome. What else?
The Vintage wine bar is really nice also.
Yeah, but
the food is really good.
It's more casual.
It is casual
for birthday celebration.
Yeah, but definitely for activities, the horseback riding up in Turtle Bay. That's really nice because it's a coastal walk. You get on the horses and you walk the horses all along ride the horses, I say, along the coastal line. It's really, really pretty, and it's really nice. Really good experience.
Yeah, or I think Kualoa Range also offers
a lot of activities, ATVs, different bike riding through the range. Really nice.
Jermaine's Luau is still open. Awesome. Thank you for the update.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sherry.
Hey, Sherry. Nice to have you back.
Yeah. Check the site for that information. So Sherry says there is an area for the digital.
Okay.
Kualoa Range right now does not have any restrictions on activities. Restrictions are for the indoors, 50% for indoors.
Right.
I apologize if we weren't specific. So for outdoors, there is no limit yet, but for the outdoors there's for the indoors it's 50%.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here, for supporting our channel, for all your questions. We would love you to have the best experience possible coming to Hawaii. It is so far away from any type of land, and it is difficult to get here, not to mention expensive. So we are here for you to have the best vacation possible. So thank you so much for your support. We go live every single Friday, and we bring in different topics to you. This past Friday, we spoke about Go Pass Oahu and how you can save money using Go Pass, and what are the tips, pros, and cons that you need to keep in mind when using Go Pass.
Yes. So as usual, we're going to see you in the next one, and everyone be safe, and we will definitely be keeping you updated.
Thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend, guys.
Bye.
And one more thing, if any of you on TikTok, follow us on TikTok and follow us on Instagram.
Cheers.